Ladies and gentlemen, here's why I left Coca Cola. The funny thing is, almost everyone makes these videos when it comes to why I left so and so. So I figured I should make the video for you, giving you insight on how to leave properly, when to actually choose to leave, and if it's something that you should do. By no means am I saying that this is for you, but here's why I left my previous employer. So it starts quite simply. I needed a job. I worked as a merchandiser first for about a year, and then they noticed that I was really good with people. Loved working. I would go above and beyond. I would shake people's hands. I would get to know managers and whatnot. And then they decided that there was a lot of restructuring happening within the company, and they said you'd be perfect for our new sales associate position. It's something similar to a sales rep, but it would be what I was doing currently, merchandising as well as selling. So I said, hey, might as well. Side note, I don't like sales. I'm not an aggressive person by any means, so doing this was completely out of my field. I didn't want to force anything on anyone, but I figured it was a good step in my future. And when I was thinking about future, I was thinking about future promotions, possibly maybe being a sales manager, working my way into the office, and I thought this would be the next logical step for me as a working person. I was like 25 at that time, and I thought, you know what is the next step? I'm gonna make this my career rather than just a job. Wrong. Now, I'm not saying there weren't good days. Like, I love the people that I was working with, the opportunity to expand my skills when it came to working and within customer service, actual selling, and being more aware of product was fantastic. Like, I never knew that Coke diversified their portfolio so broadly. Like, I didn't know Coke was in water. They are Dasani and Evian. I didn't know Coke was in energy drinks. They have a share in Monster. It's incredible. So I was astounded by the amount of growth, and I also took up the challenge to place the onus on myself to do the best that I can do while still being myself, of course, because I don't want to become somebody else who was like super pushy, super aggressive. I wanted to be myself, be personable, but still get my job done. Now, here are some things that I did have an issue with. Number one, I didn't like the travel. Typically, it would take me about 45 minutes, possibly an hour on the regular to get to and from work. And when it was wintertime, it was even worse. And that was just the beginning of my route. So I actually it was expanded. So it went from Mississauga all the way to the borders of Oakville. So sometimes when I was coming home, leaving Oakville around 5, I wouldn't get home till like 6:37, and that sucked. Number 2, I did like the people I was working with, but I did notice that there was a certain lack of diversity. Like, I saw that I was the only black gentleman when I started. I was the only black gentleman on our sales team. I saw one other female on our sales team when I started, and slowly but surely there was diversity, but there was a lot. And when I mean a lot, I mean a lot of white dudes. And obviously they were nice, super nice. No one was racist or anything, but it would have been lovely to see some other cultures, some other ethnicities in the room as we were trying to build this rapport within this new restructuring within the company. So, number 3, health. When I started out as a merchandiser, I noticed that like I was losing weight rapidly because I was picking up the product. As a merchandiser, we actually put the product, like the trucks would drop off the product into the store, and we would actually stack the stuff onto the shelves, whether it was like the 2-liter pops or like the 12-pack pops. And when I realized as a salesperson, I wasn't lifting as much, so the weight loss that I had as a merchandiser turned into weight gain as a sales rep, because I was selling a bit more, so I was like lifting less, which kind of sucked. And I wasn't really eating that well because I would typically work 8 to 9 hours, possibly 10 depending on the season. And I would kind of sparingly throw in my lunch. I'd be eating out, wouldn't really bring anything from home, because when you're on the road, who wants to eat cold leftovers? I'm not the type of person. I can eat cold pizza, but I'm not going to eat cold curry chicken and rice. That's not my style. Ultimately, I wanted to leave for a fresh start, something new. How I left, I gave them a decent amount of time. I gave them my 2 weeks, and I worked up until that date. I didn't just give them my notice and left. I made sure to give them 2 weeks. So if you are looking to leave your place of employment to look something better, or to just further your career goals or find a new track or a new field, definitely make sure you're leaving the areas with a good rapport, with a good reputation, because I know that I can always call on some old supervisors from my old employer, Coca Cola, and they can give good write-ups about my character and about my skills and talents, because from the beginning to the end, I was me. Comment down below about places that you've left, whether you've left in a horrible state of mind or you've left with a good rapport. Next week, we have our food fun video. It's going to be a wild one. We're going to be doing something special. It's going to be a big one. And when I say a big one, it's a big one. Like my wallet's going to feel it. But I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for us, for our community. Still don't have a name, but we'll figure something out. Like the video, comment down below, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.